Alrighty, welcome. We are so excited. I am so excited. I have one of my clients, Rachel, with me today. We're going to talk a little bit about her journey. And we were just chatting before we started this that we've known each other for about 10 years. Funny backstory. So I used to work in corporate human resources for Target. She was a Starbucks employee at my store in Yorkville in 2012, which is crazy to think that it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So she reached out to me, it's been a little over a year ago now, and said, hey, I've seen your journey. We've talked a few times, throughout me owning Fit Mom and everything and leaving corporate. And she decided to jump on board, and your journey's been amazing. So I'm excited for you to share your story. So I'll let you introduce yourself and share a little bit about your history, your diet history, and kind of where your weight loss journey began.
Yeah. So I have been struggling with trying to be healthy for years. I mean, going back to high school, 10, 15 years, just yo-yo of trying to cut calories or trying to go to the gym, but never actually went. I didn't know what I was doing. So I'd walk out. And just, I've done everything. I've done where you cut cut every food, dairy, gluten, sugar, all of that. But I never really knew why people were doing it. And so I would do it for a little bit and then I'd go back, gain weight back. So I had some medical things come up that were really eye-opening for me, which made me really decide that now was the time to take advantage and actually do something, move forward, educate myself, because I knew that I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I didn't know what to do right. And so after deciding that I really needed to put myself first, I ended up coming to you, Liz, and reaching out. And I think actually I had reached out a couple years ago even, and I just wasn't quite ready. And then I kind of hit that no, this needs to happen. I need to do it. So jumped on board and it was great.
Yeah. I remember a couple of those, conversations, and you hit the nail on the head. I wasn't quite ready. And I think it's really important, for people to understand that we all have hesitations at certain points in the journey, and we're never truly fully ready, I think, but we do get to a place where we hit this, rock bottom spot of something has to change, ready or not, here we go. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because I know so many people feel that way and there's that hesitation. Share a little bit about that. I would love for you to kind of share maybe hesitation around, this is an investment in yourself, right? What is coaching? What's the value, here? And talk a little bit about how that shifted through, our time together.
Yeah, for sure. So I always, I think the investment, the cost of everything, and just, you spend money on everything else, and so it's kind of I don't have the money for that. I can't do that. And that was kind of always my excuse. I just can't, I can't afford that. But then, so I hit rock bottom. Unfortunately, I had to hit rock bottom. Looking back now, I'm like, oh, things could have been so different, but things are great now. But I think that after hitting that point, knowing I had some medical issues and just knowing I needed to do something. And I mean, I followed you on Facebook and I saw what you guys were doing, and I saw that you guys had a passion for it, and what you guys were doing worked. And I could just tell that you guys knew what you were doing. You had method to the madness, and you were helping so many people. And so I thought, I knew I would be working with someone who knew what they were doing, who were educated and knowledgeable, down to earth, which was a huge thing too. Not pushing products, not saying you need to take these specific things to lose weight. It was eating and working out, and the mindset was huge too. And so, I'm glad I finally took that step after it took a minute. But now looking back at my journey working with you, I mean, the investment was completely worth it. I learned so much, and I got so much confidence in just like I said before, like eating, like I learned, we saw what was working, what wasn't realistic, and what I was doing, what I could work on, which I appreciated that too. There maybe was a little, not even a little sugarcoating probably, because we really had those conversations of, in a positive way, this is what needs to change, or this is what's working, what's not. And then going to the gym was huge too. I gained confidence in the gym, trying new things. And then I appreciated you always being there of like, here's a picture of the machine, not sure what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to do it or where I'm supposed to be feeling it. And so anyways, I think that learning all of that and the mindset and working through the excuses and changing the mindset in the keeping it simple, but also thinking out of the box was huge.
And I love that you brought the part up about the gym too. I can't tell you how many gyms I drove to and then drove away from because I was too intimidated to just even walk in the door, right? Fear of judgment, just from, at that point in time, how I looked. And I know we had that conversation too, just with what other people are doing in the gym and are they looking at me and I'm new and I don't know what I'm doing. And so I'm very happy to hear that you've gained that confidence. And I know that will continue to help you in your journey as you continue to get better at things, right? And grow in different ways. So let's talk a little bit about what were some of your biggest struggles mentally and emotionally, like when you hit that place and you said, I'm in, I don't care how much it costs, I'm here, I've got to do this for myself. Like, what were you, going through internally?
I just knew I was tired of not being consistent at anything. I didn't have confidence in anything. And I was frustrated. I was frustrated with myself because I had, lost weight and then gained it back plus more. I don't know how many times. And so I think a lot of it was just knowing that I wasn't consistent in anything that I did. Yeah. And I know I needed help with that and my mindset. I knew that I needed to reset. And I just wasn't sure how.
Yeah. What were some of those things that you had tried on your own? Was it different diets? Like, did you do shake programs or was it fad diets? Or like you said, the restriction of remove all the things, but yes. Why? So like any specific things that you tried?
I did the Whole30, and I did some shake programs as well. And then some I would just cut calories. And so I did like the MyFitnessPal, but I just kept track. It gave me a number and I just stuck with that. And that was a lot of it.
Yeah. I remember when you first started and you were eating so little from what MyFitnessPal told you. And it's like, wait, I'm coming to you to lose weight. You're telling me to eat more. But hey, here we are. You're 40 pounds down. I mean, which is amazing. So talk to me a little bit about like when you first started, what were some of your goals? Beyond obviously the weight loss, talk a little bit about where you were health-wise with the cholesterol, the Hashimoto's, and so forth.
Yeah, for sure. So, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's a few years ago, and so that had been affecting some of my weight gain and things just with thyroid, and I had high glucose, so I was I was pre-diabetic. So I was just in that beginning stage. And that was very eye-opening for me. High blood pressure, and cholesterol was high too. So, those were, some of the medical things that I realized that I needed to take a handle on and work on improving.
You did. I remember it's so awesome just getting like screenshots of labs and seeing, oh my gosh, look at this. And looking at, trends over time, but more so the one that you sent, just like the year over year, which was really great to see. So what would you say has been some of your greatest achievements working together?
I think my huge change in mindset as far as it's okay to like mess up or it's okay to not quite eat the exact thing that you had planned. The numbers, I'm a very by the book. This is what I was told to do. This is what I need to do. And so I had a really hard time when I would mess up or when I, ate that burger out when I wasn't planning on it or things like that. And I think working on the mindset of any steps you're taking is an improvement towards yourself and you're investing in yourself, and then having that freedom to make mistakes makes it easier to stay on track as well, which I've learned. Like it all just kind of goes together. And so I would say the mindset is huge with my confidence and just being okay with, doing the best I can, even at the gym, messing up on some things, being like, well, that didn't quite feel right. But then learning that once I did it and I went a couple days, I got in the groove and then I'm like, oh, this is okay. I got it now. Now I can increase some weight because now I'm comfortable with the movement. And so just learning that it's okay to do that and just take things little by little. And I mean, like we had said, my getting that blood work back was huge for me. When I got all greens on all of the things that they tested, I think that was the first time ever that I can remember. Like I did cry a little because I'm just like, I never thought I would be here at this place where I have worked and I'm seeing the results and just seeing that it's paying off and I'm getting healthier. And so that was huge for me. And that just gave me even more motivation to really work hard and keep it going. And the losing weight and being consistent with it and keeping it off, I think it's been huge because it's been over a year, or close to a year. And I can't say that that's ever happened for me. So that in itself too, I still, going through my clothes and it's one of those bittersweet. I'm like, I love that shirt, but it can't wear it. I can't wear it anymore. And so that's been kind of fun too, is, it's kind of like just starting a new chapter and kind of in that aspect.
Yeah. And I hope you're getting rid of those clothes too, just because we know that, and I did this, and you know my story very well, because when we first met, you saw me at one of my low times of life. I'd come to Starbucks, I'd get my chocolate chip cookie or my Frappuccino, or Chris would bring me for my second coffee of the day, and like so much sugar. And like, that was my stress, eating period of life. And so I think that's something that was very special for us to connect with as well, because you've seen my evolution and that it is possible for you, because we're a lot alike in a lot of ways. So what would you say are some of your goals now going forward? We've lost 40 pounds. We got all the greens on the lab work. You're in the gym, you're lifting. Where are you going next with your goals?
Yes. So my next goal, I do have one more goal at the gym that I am working on, and that's learning to use the barbells and just making sure I do that. So that's kind of a step up. I've done dumbbells, I've done machines. And so that's kind of my next goal, because it's one of those, I'm a little like, okay, I need to do this. And so that's my goal, is to get comfortable with that, for the whole part of the gym. And then I feel like I'd have a whole handle on it. And then I'm hoping to lose another 20 pounds too. Hopefully, and get to my ultimate goal weight that I don't think I've been at in a long time. Cause the weight I'm at now, I think it's been probably 16 or more years. So it's been a long time. And then I think just increasing my confidence and just learning more about nutrition, and just, and seeing what else I can do better and just more educating myself more, I think.
And I love that this journey for you has sparked a passion for you to start to study nutrition and eventually work in, healthcare and either coaching in some capacity, right? Whether that's going to be in the medical community or in the holistic community, it's good. You're going to do great with it. So a couple last questions here. What would you say was your favorite part about working together?
I just loved meeting with you. It was always fun to, I don't know. I just always loved problem solving and like thinking out of the box. And I don't know. I loved our meetings because I feel like we had fun with it. You were always super upbeat and positive, and realistic when needed to be too. But I think it was just the building that relationship, and then just, I don't know. And having that trust. I mean, you did a great job. You're always there, when I had questions or when I was at my low moments, or I was feeling defeated or anything. And so, I think just that relationship we built too was huge, and I really appreciated it.
Yeah. we all have our low moments, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm very transparent about that with all of our girls, that, hey, I have my low moments too, but this is, how we push through and we show up for ourselves. So
Yeah.
if you were going to recommend coaching to, let's say, your best friend, maybe you already have, I'm not sure, but what would you say to her?
I would say do it. Jump on ship. It's can change your life in so many ways that you can't even think of. I mean, the experience has just been so phenomenal, and it's hard to put words together. But yeah, I would say it's totally worth the investment, investing in yourself. It's important to put yourself first. And I've been telling people that because I finally, for the first time, have done that for me, and it's just been great. And so it's totally worth it.
I'm so proud of you, just seeing your whole evolution too. And like we said, even before we started, recording this, the fact that you've maintained this weight through end of school year, stress, some other things going on, that you're still hanging on to that 40 pounds, like right there. So that's amazing, because as you said in the past, and I know I'm guilty of it too, sometimes when we're not working with somebody or we stop a program, which is why I want this lifestyle for all of my girls, that weight starts to come back. And so now you've proven to yourself, hey, I can maintain this in any situation of life, which is awesome. Last question here would be, what advice would you give to new clients or people just starting?
Yes. I think a major one is just trust in the process. It takes some baby steps to get going. But just trust in it, just put full trust in coach too. Totally worth it. And then I think making sure to focus on yourself, because you're worth it. That's first thing you got to work on is yourself, and improving that. And I think soak up as much information as you can and run with it. I loved picking your brain about different things and learning about different things. And I think the more that you have fun with it and try and soak it in, I think that helps too. And I kind of said before, don't be afraid to try new things. That was my biggest, my biggest thing is I just wasn't sure what to expect in many aspects of different things. And you helped me break through that and try new things and just see what happened. And it always worked out. And I was always so glad that I did it. So I think that trusting in the process, trusting in yourself, not being afraid to make mistakes. And then I think it all just helps you become the best version of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today to share your story. I know this is going to resonate with a lot of people, especially, the younger generation. We have a lot of moms, we have a lot of ladies in the perimenopause years, but, I also love highlighting and sharing, ladies or young women who are taking charge of their life now, because this is really important. This is something you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life. When you have children, right, to pass on to them good, healthy habits and health all around. So I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.